Hey, if you're a San Diego basketball fan, Jim Brogan really needs no introduction. Yeah, you know the deal. He played for the Clippers, played with Bill Walton. He was TV hoops analyst for all those years. He also has a consulting firm. He also has his own basketball academy. He is a man who wears many hats. So without further delay, Mr. Jim Brogan. Jim, speak to all those hats. You have a variety of ways that you excel in the community, of which you're a professional basketball player. Tell me one Bill Walton story.
I'll tell you what, he's a guy that you can learn so much from because he won a world championship already with the Portland Trailblazers. And when he came down to San Diego, and unfortunately he was hurt, he had a bad foot at the time, but just to watch his work ethic, watch how he did things when he was on the floor, it was a thrill. Get him the ball and just cut to the basket, and he'll find a way to get it to you. His court awareness skills were fantastic, and I was so fortunate to have some tutelage from a guy named Bill Walton. We just titled you Life Enhancement Specialist. We'll get to that in a moment, but right now, can we just quickly go through the round ball, because that's what with San Diego State just playing, your thoughts about will Brian Dutcher be able to take that program to a new level? Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, look at the tutelage he had with a guy named Steve Fisher. Right. And Brian really has exactly what it takes. Just getting these guys now to play together. It's his first time there as the head coach. It's getting the system which they understand, and getting guys to play defense. As you know, right now, everything is so offensive oriented around the country. You got to get guys to play defense because people can score. And I think that with his staff and what they're doing right now, it makes a big difference in that they're coming back, they're starting to play defense. What a great game against Gonzaga. Hey, if I may interrupt you, the day before that game, you looked at me, I said, hey, is it going to be one side? You go, no, Aztecs are going to win that game. You called that 24 hours out. Well, when you're playing against the 12th ranked team, you're at home, you've got an incredible opportunity to really show the fan base, especially your student body, hey, we're here to play. And they just unfortunately laid egg against Wyoming. They're up by 3, and all of a sudden the second half they fell apart. And I thought Jeremy Hensley had a great quote. He said, hey guys, we're up by 3 again here. They're playing against Colorado. Let's not go out and do what we did against Wyoming. Let's stay together. That's it right there. Let's stay together. That's what makes the biggest difference. Give me 30 seconds on USD, who, if not for SDSU sucking up all the headlines, right. What's going on there with Lamont and is pretty special. Lamont Smith, I think, did a great thing this year. He's got a true point guard, a guy that can come down, distribute the ball, get the ball to the shooters, and also he's got another big guy that can take the ball to the basket. He's strong underneath. He's got some grit to him. If you're going to be underneath the basket, you got to play a little bit nasty. You got to play where you want the ball. 20 seconds on the Lakers. Is that just... It's tough. You're 11-25. You had your first team meeting. You had your first team meeting the other day. This isn't good, guys. We're having a team meeting already. It's not even the All-Star break. I mean, Is that just an organization in disarray? Well, I don't know if it's in disarray. I just think that you've got so many young players, and they put so much emphasis on this young man ball. Bringing the ball up, being the savior of the team. I mean, it's your first year in the NBA. You don't even know the traveling schedule. You know how to have your body in shape to do all this. So I think in the next couple of years they'll be fine. All right. We can talk basketball until the cows come home, but really, I want to talk about JimBroganConsulting.com, right? Yes. .com. You are, for lack of a better phrase, a life coach. A life enhancement specialist. Talk a little bit about what you do and how you help people. We're fortunate. We have two sides of the coin in that we have sports people that come to us, we have business people that come to us. The sports side, it's mostly at the pro level or collegiate level that we'll work with. And all of a sudden, you take a quarterback, let's say, and you can enhance his percentage of completions. You can get his QBR rating up. You all of a sudden have the chance to win 2 or 3 or 4 more games in the NFL. If it's a Major League Baseball player, they hear all the time it's a game of failure. Let's change the words. Let's just change a little bit and build these new neural pathways in their brain is what we really work on. So are you is it basically training the brain? Yes, we're training the brain. We don't work on the mind. We listen to the words. We find out a why. So in business, a CEO, a board of directors, a sales team, we listen to the words that they're using, and we just tweak the words. And that's all. How to be efficient, how to be effective. Not work hard. That's a misnomer because people associate hard with something that's actually hard. So you have professional athletes like Matt Ryan, but you also work with kids. Who's your typical client? Most of the time on the business side, it's going to be a company that's starting out, probably doing $100, $200 million in business, all the way up to a Nestle that's doing $72 billion in business. So say I called you and said, hey, listen, I'm just having a hard time.
multitasking. I can't do my job as well. I mean, a lot of people around me tell me that I'm not doing my job as well as I used to. How can you help me?
We just watch you, we observe you for a day, and we see all of a sudden, where are these disruptions? One of the greatest books I tell people to read is The Disrupted Mind. It shows right now what's happening, especially in society, with the amount of gears and gadgets and things, iPad, iPhone, BlackBerry, your computer. People don't understand the disruptions that are going on within the brain to get back and refocus on something that's important. And it's a staggering number of what's happening with people. Look at grades in schools are going down. So we know right now, statistically, we're not being as efficient and as effective as we can.
We're going to throw up your website. Is this where business comes to you? People just...
Yeah, most of the time, it's all referral-based. I'm so fortunate, man. I'm blessed. I mean, most of my business is all referral-based because once you get results, whether it's with an athlete or whether it's in business, they're going to tell other people. Unless it's in the same industry. They're not telling people in the same industry because it's very, very competitive. College people don't understand how competitive it is to get a job. They're missing certain things that we can teach them. 5 things that we teach them.
Give me one.
Cleaning up their LinkedIn page, understand that their resume and cover letter has to be world class. They don't understand how to build relationships. It's a who you know world. And they're not coming out of college prepared. How to negotiate their salary. They don't understand how to do that.
I'm interested in that. Help me out there. What's the first tip?
Well, first of all, learning about the person you're speaking with. Know in your industry what is a typical salary and how am I going to really bump that salary up? How do I speak with that person?
See, I work with anchors who have sucked up so much of the salary cap that there's not a lot left. Quickly, we have time. Let's talk about what's going on in the recruiting scandal of biblical proportion hitting college basketball that has local connections with Tony Bland and perhaps Tayshaun Cherry. AAU basketball and all that is... Can you get that genie back in the bottle?
I don't know. It's gotten so out of control now. I know college coaches don't even go to high school games anymore. And if they do, you'll send a tape and they watch it a little bit. It's all about these AAU teams, Paul, that are going all around the country. They're going to Vegas to watch it. You know, they're there for 5 or 6 days. They watch a kid play 6 or 7 times, which a young man should not be playing. A young woman should not be playing basketball 5 games a day. The wear and tear on the knees, the ankles. I've never seen so many ACL blowouts in my life in basketball and football in the last 3 to 5 years. It's tragic because you have these people that are playing too many games in too short amount of time. But the AAU basketball, even Kobe Bryant said it, AAU basketball is the worst thing for basketball in the United States.
You and Kobe share something, don't you not?
We share something. We both went to the same high school. I was fortunate to come out of Lower Merion High School to be the first guy to go to the pros. He was the second guy.
Hey, while we're getting back to the Lakers there, don't roll the sound, but just roll the VO of the Ball family. If Mr. Ball came to you and said, hey, I need some help, how would you advise LeVar and company?
You know, I think that's a tough situation. I mean, the man has created an amazing amount of marketing for himself and his family. There's no doubt about that. What scares me is, you know, the young man who's the USC coach and father and the young man who played football there. Do you remember that story?
No.
Todd Marinovich?
Oh, yeah,
what
of
an
course.
awful story that was.
Of course.
And I see certain things happening here. I mean, the young man steals glasses, and one thing leads to another. I just hope this doesn't end up in a bad way.
Jimmy, we've run out of time. This is the first of what will be a series of conversations.
Look forward to it.
We will get more on that life coaching deal. I need some life enhancement specialization.
Yeah. Sign us up too.
Disrupted Minds. I need that book.
Yeah.
Yes. You could write the
foreword. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.